Hello, Narnach here. Welcome to Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. Before I'm gonna start playing this game, there's a couple of things that you probably want and need to know before you decide whether you want to watch this or not. This game deals with some very heavy topics. It deals with psychosis. You more or less continuously hear voices in your head, and the recommendation is that you play the game with a headset or with headphones on to fully experience that. They even have had a mental health advisor helping with the game to just try to portray the whole psychosis experience as good as possible. This is definitely not an action game or an action RPG as you might have figured out based on the title. This is more or less an experience, and I've played the first 5 or so minutes of it just to see how the game would run. For the rest, it's gonna be completely blind. But yeah, just this warning up front, if dealing with just heavy psychological things is not something that you are comfortable with, this video or this series is not going to be for you. Myself, I heard a little bit about it on the Drop Flames podcast. Carnage talked a bit about it, and he mentioned it's more an experience than a game. There are some combat elements in the game, but supposedly they're not actually that great. But as an experience, this is something else. There's just no game like it, and that really piqued my interest. So for the next 6 to 8 hours or so, I'll be playing through the game, and I'll be recording it in sessions of about half an hour. So I invite you to join me on the journey of Senua. The game starts off with quite a heavy bit of story and setting. I'll just gonna remain quiet for the duration, and the moment we gain control of the character, that's where I'll start talking a little bit more. But given that it is mostly an experience, expect me to be a lot less chatty than I normally am during my Let's Plays, to just to immerse you a bit more. So let's start a new game.
Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close, so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. Dead. It's breathing. It's breathing. Why? He knows she's getting closer.
He can feel her coming closer.
They're watching. She's getting closer.
They're watching. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching. This is a journey deep into darkness.
They're watching. They know you're here.
There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing?
Why is she doing this?
They're watching.
Why doesn't she turn
coming?
back?
She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him.
He's already dead.
Feel you coming. Shh. Quiet. Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've changed. I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
you see them? Over there.
Why isn't she looking?
Why aren't you looking? He's in Helheim.
Look. Up ahead. You see it too?
You promised you gave you.
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call Hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe. Turn back.
Go back, go back, go
It's
back.
not safe.
It's them. They're here.
You see them? I can see you.
Look around and you will see them. The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here. This is not a place of rest.
Can't do this. Go back. Go back.
They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you.
They're watching. Stop. Can you feel them watching?
They're watching her.
They're watching her.
You're so close to the darkness. Go back.
Can you feel it?
What is she thinking? I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away. But it's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
They can feel you.
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own, but it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper. What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us.
There's no going back.
You can't do it.
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
So, And there we are. It's definitely an odd experience. The voices in your head.
Focus. Look closer. Look. Use your eyes. Why isn't she looking closer?
Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate, but gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the River of Knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
If you hold E, then you focus on something. That's what they use for some story exposition, I'm assuming here.
Yearns for life, hungers for it, like second wolves on a hunt. But she's not stopping. Not this time.
Can you see it?
The land of mist and fog.
He's in there.
The old fool was right.
Is he?
What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim.
He's lost. He's lost.
Where are you? I hear you.
He's there. You know
There's no doubt about
he's
it.
lost.
The source of the darkness is in Helheim, and the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Coming. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
Very heavy on story.
Why doesn't she turn back? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead. He's there. But his soul is in Helheim. His soul still lives.
The bridge to Helheim. I forget its name. She forgets too. But she does remember that only the dead may cross it. That part wasn't so easy to forget. The old fool said there was a hidden path up to it. Let's see, shall we?
It's very interesting, these voices in your head. Oh, they're talking to me, the player. It's just something not a lot of games do. It's another one of those stones. There's a thing over to the side there. Let's focus.
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim. And that is where you must travel.
Okay. A little bit of exposition on some Viking mythology. See? Don't look down. I am the kind of person that does get triggered to do things just because people say I shouldn't.
Are you scared? You should be scared. Okay, whatever you do, don't stop. You can't.
Do something with the ropes. No, they're just hanging there.
Get down.
What's she waiting for?
Do you know where you are?
Where are we?
Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it. She can't go back now.
No, this is it. The hidden path.
Question is the hidden path guarded? Ooh, another room. Ah, cinema again.
He's going to hurt you. It's dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them. Don't listen. I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. Don't listen. Never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you?
It's just a memory.
Druth? Is that you?
How do you know?
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth. A liar.
He's lost.
An old fool. Druth is my truth.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
Look really clearly. Focus. Focus. Focus and you'll see.
I can see one.
Focus.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
Okay. Okay, so I focused on the rune and now it's a vague outline. Ah, it's still there. That's floating everywhere.
It's near. Focus. You will find it. Look towards the gate, and the gate will open.
Okay. That was a very simple explanation of the mechanic. Now it's blue instead of red.
The gate is open. Go through the gate.
Go through it.
It's dangerous.
Follow it.
What's behind the gate?
Where will it take you?
It works.
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell. But I watched the Northmen. Learned their ways.
I know you did.
You listened when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Another voice joins us. She once tried to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. What good is that? When we are always here.
That's not something you want to drop from. Oh, another narrow passage.
It's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed, and with her you must bargain.
So the Ring of Runes around here. Most of the runes are red, but there's 3 white ones now. And the one we're looking at is an M. I'm wondering if we find each of the stones that we find, if it's just going to be another one in the sequence. So as a way to show our progress. Would be a nice way to mark your progress, actually. There's a ladder here. Anything else over there? There's a bridge. Oh, you can use the focus to look over our shoulders here. That is where we need to go.
Stay back.
Look at it.
You have to open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him. Shh. Someone's here.
And a runestone on the right.
resist anymore. Just give him back.
I am back in control now for the fight, by the way. I haven't found a way to block yet. All-out aggression seems to be the way to go. Okay. How can you fight? A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is wrought. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time. So it appears there's a bit of urgency to this mission.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillian taught her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
He's not wrong.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Surt, and the god of illusion, Valravn. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim, and enter the land of the dead.
To Dillian.
To his soul. It won't open.
Won't she be careful?
Why won't it open?
Why can't she? She needs to challenge the gods.
She has to fight 2 gods first.
2 gods?
2 gates.
Who will she choose first?
One of them will kill her, I know.
She's going to die.
Which one will she challenge
Be
first?
very careful, Senua.
Choose a gate, Senua.
2 gates.
So the voices just keep going and going and going. But the rune on the stone here is indeed the next one in sequence, so let's have a listen.
The Northmen say that in the beginning there was nothing but darkness. Bitter cold to the north, fiery hot to the south. They say the cold formed ice, which melted from the sparks from the south. The power of the darkness gave life to the dripping ice, and the first giant was born, and was named Ymir. The ice continued to drip, and the power of the void gave life to it, and it became a cow, whose milk fed the giant. That's right, a cow, but you weren't expecting that.
So, another good look at this Wheel of Runes. There's 10 segments with the white dots. Maybe like 10 parts. So this might be a good point to call an end to the episode. We found the gate into Helheim, but first we must face 2 gods. And for that there are 2 doors. So this is where I'm gonna leave you at the end of this episode. It's definitely an odd experience, and indeed this is unlike anything I've played so far. And I'm very curious to see how this is going to continue. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you will join me again next time when we open up one of the gates and see what lies behind it. Bye bye.